Shalom Aleichem and welcome to Online Smicha. There's a halacha that we should discuss, that the Alter Rebbe himself, when he brings this halacha, the Alter Rebbe says, Tzarich lahazir larabim, it's good to discuss this and warn the public, Shenechshalem bezeh machmas chisaron yediyah. It is a halacha that many people fall are nichshel in this because of the lack of knowledge. You might think, what is this all about? So let me tell you a story in the Gemara. Actually, the story is a story that from a Gemara that every kid, when they start learning Perek Elam Metzias, this is one of the first Gemaras that you learn. It's in Baba Metzia, Perek Elam Metzias, Daf Chav Beis. The Gemara speaks a story, behemshech to the sugya of Yiush Shaloi Midas. Yiush Shaloi Midas, the Gemara talks about when you have to return a lost object. You walk on the street, you find something on the street, when you have to return it, when you're allowed to keep it, what is a siman, what means that, the person who lost it most probably didn't give up because he knows that there's a noticeable siman that the person who finds it will for sure realize that it belongs to somebody, etc., etc. And the Gemara says a story. Listen to the story. Ameimar umazutra v'Rav Ashi iklu lebustino de Mori bar Isik. The three Amoraim, Ameimar, Marzutra, and Rav Ashi, they came to the orchard of Mori bar Isik. Okay, they came to visit. He wasn't there. Bar Isik wasn't there. I see Arise, so the sharekeeper came and brought them tamri v'rimoinim, brought them dates and pomegranates, v'shada kamayu, and placed them in front of them, to eat. All right, so the three Ameiraim, Ameimar, Mazutra, and Rav Ashi, have a bowl of fruits. What fruits? Dates and pomegranates. So Ameimar v'Rav Ashi achli. Ameimar Rav Ashi ate the fruits. Marzutra lo yachol. Marzutra did not eat the fruit. Now, what's going on here? What's going on here is that you're coming to visit in somebody's home. The owner, the house owner, is not home. The helper is serving. Who gave him permission to give somebody else's food? So Ameimar Rav Ashi felt it's not stealing. Let's figure out what's going on. And Marzutra felt it was right to eat. Adahachi, in between, as they're waiting, Asa Mari bar Isik came. Ashkechi, he sees what's going on. V'amalei la'arisei, so he says to his sharekeeper, why did you just give them the tamri v'rimoini? Why did you only give them the dates and pomegranates? Amai loy isis leila rabunan mehanech shapirte. Why didn't you give them the best fruits? We have much nicer stuff. So, and then the conversation went on amongst the Ameiraim. You didn't want, you who? You, Marzutra. You were so frum, you didn't want to eat because you were afraid that you'll be eating stolen fruit. Don't you see? The owner comes home and he's so happy that the nanny or the helper gave us something to eat. He wanted to give us even better. So isn't that a proof that when somebody comes to visit and you're offered food, it should not be considered stolen and you are allowed to eat? That's a discussion. So it seems to be a debate between Ameimar and Marzutra. Ameimar and Rav Ashi, who felt you're allowed to eat as guest, even though the owner is not there, and Marzutra, who felt you're not allowed to. So Tosfos comes along, and Tosfos says, and why did Marzutra not eat? And Tosfos has a whole long discussion. There could be that this was a different situation. It could be that over here, some of them felt that over here that you're allowed to eat because they saw that he was bringing his own share. His own share they could eat. It wasn't bringing from the owners. Let me explain to you the background here. There is a discussion. I started off the shir by saying that this is in continuation with the halacha of Yiyush Shaloi Midas. The halacha of Yiyush Shaloi Midas is when you lose an object. Meaning to say, I'm walking in the street and I find a wallet, I find a bicycle, I find something on the street. And the question is, may I take it and keep it? Or do I have to look through it and see if there's a siman? Could I assume that the owner gives up? Is it a type of object that the owner, if he loses it, gives up? And from the time that he gives up, it's mine. Whoever finds it gets to keep it. It's a Yiyush Shaloi Midas, means it's something that even when he finds out that he loses it, that he lost it, he's going to give up. This is something that a person automatically gives up. I'll never find it. But it could be at this moment, he doesn't even know that he lost it. It's a famous machlokes if Yiyush Shaloi Midas have a Yiyush or lo have a Yiyush. Lahalacha we paskin that does not give me the right to keep it. As long as I don't know for sure that person knows that it was lost, and verbally or knowingly, I know clearly that person gave up from knowing that he's never getting back his object, I am not allowed to keep it. That's my lost object. What's happening over here? This is not an Aveda. This is not a lost object. This is I'm coming to somebody's house, or I want to use somebody's object. I am coming to shul. I'm not talking about a mitzvah object. By a mitzvah object, there's this concept that we say, nicha, every person who doesn't mind actually is happy to help another yid to do a mitzvah. But I saw that in some achrayim they speak, imagine you're hungry and you're in school and you don't have enough lunch and your friend has extra lunch. Could you take a bag of chips from him and you'll put it back later, or you'll buy him later a bag of chips? Would that be considered stealing at that moment? Yeah, you could assume that your friend wouldn't mind as long as you put back another bag of chips. You could assume. But assumption, do you have to know for sure? Because by Aveda we said, we summarized that Yiyush Shaloi Midas lahalacha is not good enough. We got to know the facts. So how do we combine these two halachas? Sure enough, you want to hear what the Alter Rebbe says. The Alter Rebbe says like this: Afilu bar Eloi. I'm reading Hilchas Mitzia Upikadon. Hilchas Mitzia Upikadon. Sif Dalid. Lefichach. The middle of Sif Dalid. Therefore, Hanichnas Lepardis. If somebody walks into an orchard, Oy Leginas Chavera, you walk into your friend's garden, and you see, wow, beautiful apple tree. It's your friend, your best friend. Your best friend wouldn't mind if you eat an apple. You're not allowed to take an apple, a fruit, unless you know specifically that he said, please take an apple. Even though the owner of the field is your friend, he's your best friend, and I'm sure your friend will be very happy when he comes and he finds out, when he comes home from work and he finds out that you ate some of his fruit, he'll smile, he'll say, how great, I'm so happy. Nevertheless, since you did not hear that from him, your friend did not say, please make yourself at home and eat. At that moment, you are having pleasure in a forbidden way. Or any similar case. And So the Alter Rebbe paskins like the Shita that compares this halacha, the story of a Meimar, to the Aveda, just like the Aveda, Yush Shalei Midas, Loi have a Yush. The same is Kol Kayotze B'zeh. And the last line the Alter Rebbe says, Tzorich lahazir lerabim. This is something you have to warn the communities, because shenechshalim b'zeh, people don't know this, machmas chisar and yediyah, because of the lack of knowledge.